Take two. Welcome to PRTv. I am Spurs for Life, and this is your PAXTON ROAD TV preview show. Welcome to PAXTON ROAD TV. I am Spurs for Life. The preview show, take two. We had some fun and games in the background. Well, I'm going to bring you straight into the house. We have Sid Spurs and Sean Hell, part two. Welcome, gentlemen, to the stream.
A little bit rusty, Sam. A little bit rusty. Out of practice, mate.
Oh, that was good. It was the way Sid just went, are we live? And then I was like, no, we're not. So we are now live, people. Hopefully you can see us because you couldn't see us before. I was chatting away for about a good couple of minutes. Anyway, we are here to discuss the game. Premier League is back. World Cup's gone. Press conference. Talk to me, Sean. At this time, what are you gonna say now?
World Cup's not gone. You know why?
What? Why?
Because Mr. Romero lent me the World Cup.
He put it in the wash. It looks like he put it in the wash before he sent it to you, though, didn't he? That's
I've got the World Cup. What a beautiful piece. Look at the World Cup. That is nice of him. Look.
That is nice of him.
Look.
Shouldn't you be dropping salt over a steak on that now?
Look,
I don't know. Where did you get that from, anyway?
My boy went to Qatar, didn't he?
Oh, I didn't realise. Sorry, I didn't know that.
And Romero gave it to him.
I'm just trying to find the banners at the background. Sorry, I am concentrating.
Romero gave it to him and said, "Take this back to London because I'm coming home with it as well, and take one with you."
Well, World Cup, yeah, we had some highs and lows in that. I think the final, obviously, from a Hugo Lloris perspective, is a bit of a low for him, but he's already got one. So Romero's on a massive high. But let's get back to the Premier League because we've done that World Cup thing. As I said, talking points kind of integrated and mingled into that. And I think we've now done this. Sid's got his little miniature World Cup. Sean, the press conference. I heard some things, people saying, Conte's saying he's only staying here for 6 months. He's off in 6 months.
Do you know what? It wouldn't be Tottenham. It wouldn't be Tottenham if there's not a meltdown after a press conference. Do you know what? We're just not entitled to lovely things at Tottenham Hotspur, are we?
No.
It's unbelievable. People adding 2 and 2 together and coming up with 5. It's a storm in a teacup. And even if it's only 6 months to go with Antonio Conte, then what is Levy going to do? Because he will face the full ire of the fans, and rightfully so. I think it's not a problem. I would rather we just concentrate on the game, but you know, the media, as we know, want clickbait, and they got it in spades last night with the Conte press conference.
I bet they did.
You know, all he was doing was stating facts. I've only got 6 months left on my contract, and we'll see what happens.
Did he actually say 6 months of my contract, or did he just say 6 months? From what I've read and heard,
he only said 6 months. But I mean, you know, come on, this is a man speaking in his second language.
Exactly.
You know, it's not. I mean, honestly, it's like Tottenham fans want to get themselves.
I'll be back in 1 second. Keep going. Sorry.
Their knickers in the twist over nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what you said. It's just said 6 months, right? And it's not just the Tottenham fans, it's everybody else they've cut it, they've sniped it, and they've done it, and they've put it all out. Everything's out. People are just getting way out of proportion. But like you said, Sean, anything to do with Tottenham, they've got to talk about it, and they want to talk about it. So,
I mean, someone shared a video from the dance today where the people were singing "Tottenham Get Battered." You know, it's incredible. Considering we're such a small club, you know, inverted commas, we're doing attract an awful lot of hate, don't we?
Yeah, that's
unbelievable. Unbelievable. It just, I mean, what I do is I drink it in because it shows to me that historically we are a club up there. At the moment, we're not winning trophies. Hopefully that changes under Conte. But, you know, we'll see. We'll see. There's one trophy I'd love us to go for, and it starts on the 7th of January, the FA Cup. And that's to me, that's the most important thing to the end of the season. You know, I mean, do you know what? I'm not even bothered about the Champions League or qualifying for Europe. If we could win the FA Cup, it'd be great.
Yeah, but the board is we've talked about this before. You know, as fans, we want trophies. As I said, I would have taken a Carabao Cup, no problem. People laugh and say, "Can you want that?" The board probably not just want the Carabao Cup, but it's the safety net of having Champions League. And Conte, because of how he does address himself in interviews, he is honest. And again, we're talking about. I think he's very subtle in the way he does his English. And I know he sometimes has a little bit of translation issues, but I think he's very clever, and sometimes he does that purposely, maybe not to get the point across, but maybe to cloud the water slightly. He knows what he's doing. You know, that's not. He's basically saying, "Yeah, I've got 6 months left. Show me the desire. Show me what you want from Tottenham. Show me in terms of him, Conte, players. Show him the money, whatever it was. The old Jerry Maguire sort. Well, I don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what's going to happen. That's going to depend on the team. So, Sid, what do you think that Conte's holding the club over a bit of a barrel, or do you just think he's just being honest with what his sentiments are?
We you know what, and Sean said this, until we've got clarification that he meant 6 months of his contract, right? Then we can start talking. But everyone's put 2 and 2 together, like Sean said, and come up with 473, right? And just jump into conclusions. But they've been talking about this contract situation. We've got to deal with it. We're going to deal with it. Why is it always Tottenham that when it comes to it, we're dealing with something and Daniel Levy just doesn't want to get it over the line, and he just wants to dilly-dally, in the words of, Ranieri, dilly-dally all the time. Just get it over and done with. Stop these speculations. Nobody will say jack shit. The media will probably cease to exist because they won't have anything else to talk about because Tottenham have done something and they can't talk about anything else, you know. But 6 months of his contract left, so we're now going to get that every week, every press conference, he's going to say something, because he's not the type of guy that just sits back. He says what's in his heart and he says it. People will twist the words. It's down to Daniel Levy and Lewis and all them lot to sort this contract out, because the longer it goes on, it's going to be a problem. Because the last thing, like we've all said, is we lose this manager, then we're in shit. We're in dire shit.
We've got a lot riding on the next few. As I said this before, we've got a lot riding on this season in general. Anyway, players, you know, manager, you know, the future of this club if it doesn't get into the Champions League and it loses all those things at the same time. But then you can look at the positive side of things. We sign, you know, contracts with Conte. He signs an extension. We've got Kane potentially signed on. We've got Son signed on recently. We've got the influx of these players potentially. You know, we still got the Paratici thing in the background, all the rest of it. So there's a lot going on for Spurs at the moment. And, you know, you just don't want all that distractions, particularly when you've got to win games. And we have to win the game at the weekend. That's the most important thing. And that's what we're here to discuss. So let us at least get into this. Let me try and at least share the screen. 1 second, gentlemen. I'll do this. You're right, Sean. This is like, do you know what I mean? It's going back to school.
You're rusty. You're like Romero on that first game in the World Cup.
Yeah.
We need to hook you after 60 minutes.
No, he'll be off air now for about 4 weeks.
You lot are really funny, aren't you? Very good. I like it. Anyway, I'm going to get us off screen and then let's talk about the league table. Arsenal, 14 games played, 37 points. Manchester City, 14 games played, 32 points. Newcastle, now in third, 15 games played, 30 points, 5 wins in a row. Tottenham Hotspur, 15 games played, 29 points, and there's a few runners of riders behind. Manchester United, Liverpool, both on 14, 26 and 22 points respectively. Brentford, 19 points, 15 games played. I'm sure that they'll probably be happy being in that position there. On to the games that are going to be over the festive period for the first part of the festive period. Brentford Spurs kicks it off. Crystal Palace versus Fulham. Everton, Wolves, Leicester, Newcastle, Southampton, Brighton, Aston Villa, Liverpool, Arsenal, West Ham, all on Boxing Day. Then Tuesday, Chelsea, Bournemouth, Manchester United, Nottingham Forest on the Tuesday as well. And Wednesday rounds up with Leeds, Manchester City. let's get us back into some form of the screen. Gentlemen, what takes your fancy there, apart from the obvious?
Well, the only game that counts is the first game.
This is it. And the fact that we're first, we need to get that win, because we get that win, then Newcastle, Man United and Liverpool then have to look and say, oh, they've just won now. Because Man United especially, they're only a couple of points behind us. And if they win, they can potentially go above us. So we've got
I'm
to
looking up. I'm still looking
up,
up, Sid. I'm still looking up at, City and obviously Arsenal. Arsenal host West Ham.
Yeah.
And then obviously Manchester City go to Leeds, which won't be the easiest game for them, particularly if they've lost their last league game. So, you know what I mean? I'm still looking up, but you're right. We have to look behind us as well.
So City the other night against Liverpool in the Cup, and even though, all right, they started off with some of the lesser known players, City were on fire and City looked good. So I think it's going to be business as usual with Man City.
Sean, of those games?
Yeah, I mean, obviously the games of the teams in and around us, it's a bit of a nuisance that we've actually played 15 and everyone else around us has played 14. So, we're kind of a little bit, off the ball, and those two home defeats just before the break were quite crucial. If we, even if we just turned them into draws, it would have been, it would have been much more healthy. But c'est la vie. We move on. Players have been rested. From what I understand, Conte's been working on things. And to be honest, my only focus, the only people I really want focused are Antonio Conte and the players that he picks come Monday at 12 noon, whatever.
You're right. We just don't need the chatter. You know what I mean? Look what happened with Man United. They had to battle through some right chatter with Ronaldo and all the rest of that stuff that Ten Hag had to deal with. You just don't need it, particularly at the stage of the season now where it's January. There's games, again, having had the World Cup. The games are still coming thick and fast. When you've got the FA Cup and then you've got straight into the Champions League again and all the rest of it. So I want them to do, as you said, Sean, just get this game done and dusted. 3 points on the board and we move on. So let us have a look at form guide. Brentford beat Manchester City last time out, 2-1. That was the game where Manchester City, they deserve it. No, I think Brentford did deserve that victory on that day. They were a good team. Forest 2-2, 1-1 against Wolves, 4-0 loss against Villa, 0-0 against Chelsea. So they weren't on great form before they went into the City game. Is Ivan Toney playing? Do you know?
He is. Ivan Toney is playing, yeah.
I'll have a bet on that then. So Spurs, we've won 2, lost 3 in the last 5. Looking at the form, Sean, London derby, who's going to be more up for this game? Obviously, the home team going to want to win this game with their fans' first game back after the World Cup, but it means more to us, surely.
Yeah, it means. I mean, with what our targets, with the targets that the board have probably set Conte. Yeah, the win is much more important for us. But Brentford are going to be up for it. Thomas Frank's just signed a new 5-year extension to his contract, for God's sake. So that they've obviously shown faith in their manager. He's now contracted to 27. So yeah, and it was a tough game at their ground last season. Now they haven't got Christian Eriksen, who made a massive difference to them last year when they played us. But as you can see from the results, they're up and down like a flag. It's like a unbelievable roller coaster for them. We just got to hope to catch them on a bad day, maybe a little bit too much Christmas turkey, whatever it is. Just we got to go in there, and I think David Clark, our perennial friend, and happy Christmas to you and everyone in Leicester there, David, has said it. Kane will be firing. The look of Kane in the videos that I've seen, he is determined to put the horrors of Qatar behind him, and I'm looking forward to him notching tomorrow a good couple of goals. So,
well, let's hope so. Sid, we season comparison. So the position, obviously, we just looked at the league table. We're in 4th, they're in 10th. We've won 9 games compared to their 4, drawn 2 to their 7, 4 losses each. The average goal scored per match is interesting, 1.53 to 2.07, and the goals conceded 1.67 to them, 1.4 for us. Both teams got 4 clean sheets. Not much in it if you look at those sort of stats for the season comparison. But again, going back to the age-old adage, does it really matter? How do you think we're going to approach the game as Spurs sit in this one? Is it going to be Conte's similar 3-4-3 pattern? Did the game against Nice show anything? Emerson Raw played. That showed me something that he's going to be playing tomorrow. Monday. But who's going to play left back or left wing back? Because Doherty might start there. Didn't see Sessegnon much, so what's going on? On mute, mate. You're on mute, my pal.
For us, it's obviously we had quite a lot of players at the World Cup, and they've all come back. Perisic being the last one coming back yesterday or the day before. But Bentancur injury, Romero's not available. I believe Lloris is on the bench, which I don't understand why. If you're going to be there and you're in the match day squad, then being on the bench or starting makes no difference. So you must have start. So I don't understand that bit. But it's the problem I've got with this one is Brentford's small ground. The fans will be up for it. It's Boxing Day. Everybody will be a bit jolly and merry because they'll still be recovering from the night before, from Christmas. So it'll probably be noisy atmosphere there. It's what you said. It's how our mentality on the day is, and whether we've got the Christmas hangover or whether we're ready to rumble. Because, like you said, Sean, Kane should be fired up, and in fact, all of them should be fired up. But we've been there, we've seen it all before, and it's just a matter of can we? Because we ain't got a very good record at 12:30 kickoffs. That's the problem as well. 12:30 kickoff.
I haven't looked at them records, but again, when you start mentioning that, it's not good because there's a lot of factors going into this game for me. One, it's away from home anyway. London derby as always. Brentford are a decent team. I've seen them play. They play some decent football. Thomas Frank's no mug when it comes to the tactical side of things as well. And we've had more involvement in terms of players, I would imagine, involved in the World Cup at latter stages. And I still think there's going to be a bit of a hangover from some of our bigger players.
Yeah.
If they all play tomorrow, which they're not all going to play, Bentancur, you said, he's out. Romero's not going to be playing. Like Harry Kane, Ivan Perisic, Son. You've got Dyer there. You've got Ben Davis. There's a few players. I just don't know if they can pull that whole collective together and get performances out of all of them. But we need a win. So, yeah, Sean, is it a case of, we play our best teams in terms of the strongest team available? Does that include the likes of Emerson and Sanchez at the back? Is what I'm asking you then, because I don't want to see that. Not tomorrow. I'm sorry, not Monday. Not on that same side. Not Emerson and Sanchez. No, thank you.
Well, I wouldn't necessarily see that Sanchez is in our strongest 11. I would imagine he might play Dyer in that right side and maybe Longley in the centre and Davis possibly at the left centre back. I don't know. I mean, it seems, everyone's got a clean bill of health apart from Coutinho's still in Argentina, but he's on his way back. Lloris has literally just landed. That's why he's not playing on Monday. And I think, I think Foster deserves a chance to. I'm not. It's not a Man City game. I would be a bit more concerned if it was Man City or Liverpool or one of those teams that Forster was playing. But I'm fairly certain he'd be more uncomfortable against Brentford.
But do you not think, sure, just on that point, I see some keepers when it's the big games, when they bring in a substitute keeper, they have the best game of not the best game of their life, but real good games because they know it's the massive team. I'm a little bit concerned if Forster plays. I know he's a good keeper, but is it a case of it's Brentford, or is it a case of it's my opportunity to try and stake a claim, or does he know that he's not going to stake a claim regardless of what he does because Lloris is always going to be first choice? So for him, I don't know what his mentality is going to be like. I just hope it's good because, it's not Manchester City, but we need him to be at his best. We need him to be at his best.
Well, Conte's made the assessment in the press conference that he's not at his best. He's not playing, and he's on the bench. And if you trust Antonio Conte to know his players, which I'm sure he does now, I'm more than comfortable with that decision.
Yeah, fair enough. Sid, are you going to be thinking there's going to be much surprises in the starting 11? I know, obviously, with the players that we know are going to be out, but I'm looking at particularly the defensive side of things. If we are not going to have our number one keeper in, can we then surely afford to have an Emerson Sanchez partnership, then with a long leg possibly playing in the centre, or maybe Dyer? It's just them little pieces of the jigsaw, particularly with a back 4 and 5. You just need it to be really good. So, yeah, do you see it being a case of if Forster's in goal, who's that back 5 going to be, or who would you want to play in there?
I like I said to you, if Lloris is in on the bench, he should be starting. Simple as. But like Sean said, Forster's been on the bench all the time. Forster played the other day as well. So why not give him a go? Because we're going to have to use him at some point, whether he's going to use him in the FA Cup or whatever. Use him. He's not like ex-bench keepers that we've had previously, where they've not had any experience. This guy has played in the Prem. He's had a good record. He's a good keeper, because you can't play for Southampton for X amount of years and wherever else you've played and not be a good keeper. So, yeah, in terms of the back, I want to see Doherty play, because Sean's seen him as well in pre-season, and the last couple, not pre-season, last couple of games, he's done really well. 3 goals he scored, and he seems to be doing what Conte wants him to do. But I think he'll be playing as a left wing back unless he plays Perisic as a left wing back. I don't think Sessegnon's going to be playing. So if anything, I think he'll play Doherty on the left and Royal's going to be playing on the right. And then the middle 3, I think the problem you got Dyer and Davis, and you got Langley. That's the 3 obvious ones. But then you got Tanganga and Sanchez as well. So honestly, with that, I don't know what he's going to do. I don't know what he's going to do with a back 5.
Sean, any thoughts?
I think, as I say, I think the three centre backs will be Dyer, Longley, and Davis. And he was speaking positively about Perisic. Perisic walked into the training yesterday and looked like he was, a man on a mission. So, I mean, if he was available, I would like to play him on the left and Doherty on the right. But I think he's going to play Royal, and I think he'll play Doherty at left wing back.
He's playing Royal. I know he's playing Royal. That's definite. I
think we'll play 5 in the middle, though, aren't we?
Yeah, that's the interesting little thing that I was.
If you count the 2 wing backs as midfielders rather than.
I think he's going to go with that 5. Has he said that in his conference, or?
No, he hasn't said anything about that. But I mean, from all accounts, Basuma. I mean, from what I've seen of Basuma in the mid-season friendlies, he's been absolute, the dog's dangly bits, and so he would definitely deserve a game, because we haven't got Bentancur for disciplinary reasons. I would suggest that the 3 will be Skip, Basuma, and Højbjerg, the 3 middle, and then he's going to go 2 up front, and it'll probably be Son and Kane. He's
got to, as you said, get that 3. If he's going to play 3, get Skip's position right. Don't play him on either side. Play him as that number.
No, he's at the anchor. He's at the he's the anchor.
Sean, you've left out Kulusevski.
Well, maybe.
You can't leave that one out. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you can't, because he's not been going to the world. He's got to play.
No. All right, okay, but I mean, what are you going to? I mean, this is obviously the thing that's got to be juggled, isn't it? Who's going to play?
For me, how I would look at it, I would go with that 3-5-2, but I would go with Kulusevski as one of the strikers, but play him just as a slightly deep one. So you're playing almost like 2 strikers, but play one like the old days when it's like the Andy Coles, Dwight Yorks, Teddy Sheringham days when they just played off him, but it was still 2 up top, because Kulusevski's got ability to play in that position, and he can go either side. He's got a cute pass on him. I just think we've got to have him in the team. And I think you're right, Sid. He's got to play tomorrow.
It's going to be 3-4.
Monday, sorry.
3-4-3 for me. He's got to play. I think he'll go 3-4-3, because if we want to put Kulu in, then you're going to play the 3 at the back, like Sean said. Then it'll be Royal and Doherty. And I think it'll be Bissouma and Højbjerg with Payne, Son, and Kulu or even Kulu, Kane, and Perisic. That's
I'm
what
not. I'm not sure both Kane and Son will start tomorrow.
That's what I'm saying.
I think one of them will be on the bench.
One, probably Son will be on the bench because Conte indicated that the reason he only played a small part in the Nice game was that he had a fever.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Well, even if he didn't have a fever, I would have been surprised had he played both of them. But that's Conte. Yeah, it would be interesting because that can go. You could play various systems, even with a 3-5-2. You could still play two, and you could play Kulusevski in as a one in front, and then have two strikers with Son and possibly Kane if he was going to start on both. But if Son isn't starting, then yeah, it kind of gets a little bit sticky. Does Gil get a game? Does he come into the equation? I'm not so sure.
That's it. But
I think Gil will be on the bench, definitely.
He'll be on the bench, yeah.
He's justified that, and he's justified, being pulled on with 20 minutes to go and, to cause a bit of mischief,
Yeah, I still think
David's saying there's no way he's going to play 3-5-2. I'm not going to say that. I'm David. I think he might have to just because of the numbers and the players available. For me.
It'll be KKS up top. He has to go. I think he will go with KKS up top.
Okay. Why the hell would you move our best player from the position where he's causing the most damage to our opponent? Not because he's not the best player in that position, but because he has the ability to play in other positions and feel better than some others, if that makes sense. I.e., when we see someone like Dyer playing at right-sided centre-back other than the centre-back, it's because I think he's better than someone like Sanchez there, but that's just... Anyway, quickly look at this. Not very much meetings in the Premier League, and we have unbeaten against Brentford. So you come on in. No Dr. Tottenham, lads. No Dr. Tottenham. Is that what we're saying?
Yeah, it's a win tomorrow. Of course, it's a win. I'm saying tomorrow now.
Well
done.
Monday. I keep saying tomorrow. Sorry, Monday. It's gonna be a win. Well then, let's do it then. Let's do the bit that there's. You know what we've got to do. I'm not going to share the scores yet because we've got to do the scores predictions first, and then I'll show you the scores. Who wants to go first then? And then write them down this time. Sid, you always give me grief that I don't write your scores down, so you can go first. Monday's game.
It's going to be a tough game, man. Going to Brentford. First game back after a long break. I know we've had two friendly games, which meant nothing, to be fair, because half the squad wasn't there anyway. This game's just going to be about who's up and running, who's ready, who's had too much turkey and who hasn't had too much turkey. Are they going in for training on Christmas Day?
Yeah, they train for Christmas Day, yeah.
Yeah, right.
And they'll stay in the lodge on Christmas night as well.
Yeah. So I think it's just going to be a matter of which team just turns up on the day. I think it's going to be a tough game for both teams. Both teams are not, fitnesses and stuff like that, because playing in the Prem is a different kettle of fish. It's fast, furious, without Van Diesel in it, but it's going to be good. So you know what? I think we'll win the game. We have to win the game. So I'm going to go 2-1 Spurs. As always, I'm not going to Spurs not to keep a clean sheet. We can't keep clean sheets. Full stop. 2-1 to Spurs.
Goal scorer.
And I think Kulusevski and Kane.
Sean?
I expect a few choruses of Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to see Tottenham win away. Yes, we're going to win 3-2. Kane's going to score 2 and Kulusevski will get the other.
Kane and Kulu again. That combination came with a double from Mr.
Even though I didn't pick Kulu in my team.
What's he going to score then?
He's got to play now. Now that Sid said that, I agree 100%. Man didn't go to the World Cup. Man's raring to play a game of football. He has to.
I've got a Kane brace, by the way.
Yeah, I've got.
And then he'll be 3 away from Greaves' record.
I think it's going to be a little bit stickier than. I don't even know if it's going to be a high-scoring game. To be honest with you, I think both teams coming back after a bit of an inactive period. I know we've had the pre-season, say mid-season friendlies, if you want to call them that. But I just don't know if everybody, Christmas Day, is everybody really going to be up for it? Are the crowd, you know, they've had the turkey the day before, they're just kind of getting up for 12:30. Are you really going to be up for it that early? I'm not sure. Are the players? I'm going 1-0 Spurs, and I'm going Kulusevski to nick it for Spurs. No, I'm going to go with you know what? I'm going to go with a Longley set piece jobby here, because I think it's going to be a tight one. I really do. But I'm going to go for a Spurs victory. I think we'll have enough. I definitely think we'll have enough for them. But it's Brentford, it's London derby, and Thomas Frank said,
"Jingle bells, jingle all the way."
I'm not going to pass the cheer. No. I'm not doing a hymn. I'm not doing a hymn.
Tottenham win away.
Anyway, this is what I wanted to show you. This is where we're at now in terms of the scoreline. Oh shit! Take this away.
Oh, Sid's catching me up.
Yeah, Sid overtook me a couple of weeks ago when we had the last one before the Leeds game. So Sid got the 2 points for the correct victory, and also Kane in the scoreline, and Shaw did, and I did, and Darius picked up a point as well. But they're way off because they've had less games playing. But it's getting interesting. 2 points between SSS. We've got to sort that out. I'm hoping to get back on the top of that leaderboard, but we'll see what happens. Oh, a score prediction thing's right in the way. Why you guys didn't tell me? Why you didn't say that it was in the way? I didn't know that was in the way, but now I do. I've had a drink, Sid. That's why I'm talking like that.
Shocking.
I have to do some mad Christmas shopping, man. It's crazy at this day as well. But anyway, Sid, back to it then. We're Spurs. We've got to win tomorrow. Sorry, we've got to win on Monday. If everything kind of goes to plan and we get the victory, are we still in this top 4 race? Definitely 100% to get it for this season, even with what's going on.
Are we still in it? What do you mean? Are we still? We're in it to win it, man. We're there.
I'm good.
Man.
Hold on a second. This is the man who's speaking with his chest in August, saying we're going to win the league and a
I'm not. I wasn't saying me. I'm saying you guys.
You know what?
I'm still holding on to that.
The only way we don't get top 4, is not because other teams are gonna be better than us or whatever. The only way we don't get top 4 is if we mess it up ourselves. We go out there and we do what we gotta do, we win. Simple as. Listen to what Conte wants, yeah. Give him what Conte wants, and we've got the players. All right, some of the central defenders are not good enough, in my opinion, but we're there. We're still there. We just got to keep rolling and winning the games, and let other people look up at us and say, "Do you know what? We've got to catch them up."
David's not having it today with us. He's not having it. He's just not happy with us. What I think is it still about Kulusevski, David? About on the right hand side or left hand side or whatever? I'm not sure. But I'm with you, man. I think Kulu
could play anywhere.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but you can't play him up top. You've got to play him like David said. He is been instrumental and he's been awesome down the right. Right?
But needs must, Sid. Sometimes needs must. If you ain't got any forwards at all, Kane's not quite there, Son's not performing, Richarlison's injured, you can tell me. I think Kulusevski could do a good job as a forward player. I really do. I really do. But hey, it's just.
You might as well play Emerson Royal up top then.
Well, no. There's limits to this. There are limits to this, and that's.
Did I see Emerson Royal have a shot on target against Nice? My God.
Yeah, he did, didn't he?
Yeah, when it matters, Emerson, make sure you do it when it matters. Yeah. Anyway, I've had enough of this. It's a victory. It's a victory.
Yes, David. This one has been on the drink. I totally agree with you. This one has been drinking, mate. I'm telling you, we should have put a thing up before the show started. Warning: the host has been on some tonight.
On the sherry.
Yeah.
As I said, it's that nervous running around the shops. You just had to just like make sure I was ready, and that was like being prepared.
Man shopping on Christmas Eve.
It's got to be done. It's got to be done. Right, gentlemen. So we're back here for the reaction show. I'll let one of you know if I can't host it. Potentially not, but I'll let you know. All right then. But I should be on it anyway. It's just I might not be here to be on my computer, as we know I don't like not being on my computer because I got all my background and stuff. It's nice. But anyway, that's it. If you did like it, make sure you smash the like button. If you didn't like it, still smash the like button anyway. As I said,
subscribe.
PRTv, as we are going to be known, but we're still Paxton Road forever.
Paxton Road is back.
Do you know what I mean?
Making all the noise everywhere you go. Everywhere you go, it's the Paxton Road, making all the noise everywhere you go.
And Sid's not even been drinking. He's not even been drinking.
And I've not even been drinking.
That shows you. That shows you. Is that it then, gentlemen? Have a good Christmas, by the way. Happy tomorrow. Happy Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to everyone out there in Spurs land.
Christmas to all the viewers. Thank you for supporting us through this 2022. Hope you go into 2023. I know I'm doing a bit of a speech for New Year's, but it's Christmas, so whatever. Enjoy it. Make sure you do. We'll be back for the reaction show on Monday at about 3-something, couple hours after
2:45.
Yeah, about 2:45. About 3 o'clock-ish, something like that.
Yeah,
something like that.
Whatever you do, don't drink too much. Don't be like that one over there. Make sure you come in and join us after for the reaction show, because we'll be
to the
on
man.
it. We want you all sober so you can listen, absorb, and talk about the game. Not like did he play? Yeah, no, none of that shit. Don't touch that shit. Cut it out.
I think we just got away with this one here from David Carr. That singing is as good as Kulu's left foot. It weren't my singing. Must be yours he's talking about, Sid. Or he's actually talking about the man with the guitar. That's right. The man, Mr. Hell.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way.
But David's not to end it with one of them. Let's hope you talk more sense. David, have 2 of them, man. Have 2 of them this Christmas now. Have some of that. It's time to go. It's time to go. No, David, you know we love you because you're one of our main
director's going, cut.
It's time to go. All right, then, that's it. I'm just trying to find the music now. It is. All right, Sid. All right, Sean, Mr. Hurl, as I like to call you. We are out.